Here's Patrick showing signs of dissociative identity disorder.
I'm you, and you are me.
And here's Patrick acting like a complete sociopath.
If I can't have you as a friend, I'm gonna make you a trophy!
Patrick's descent into madness is just one of the wild aspects of his personality, and if you're like me, you've probably wondered what a psychologist might say about him. So today, I'm going to use Google and unreliable medical information online to go through 6 different conditions that Patrick has displayed over the years, starting from the root of his problems, his family, where most mental health problems begin. According to therapists, dysfunctional family patterns are linked to tons of mental health issues, and what's more dysfunctional than your parents constantly treating you like you're dumb.
You actually recognized us this time.
And you remembered to get dressed today.
To be honest, they're not completely wrong. Patrick does have a habit of forgetting what his parents look like or the fact that they even exist.
Hi, Mommy! Hi, Daddy!
Patrick, we're SpongeBob's mom and dad, not yours.
What? I'm an orphan?
There's actually a very good reason that Patrick doesn't remember what his parents look like.
Looks like we gotta move back with Mom and Pop.
Well, you can't move back in with your parents. When my parents kicked me out of the house, I never went back.
Patrick being abandoned as a child is the main reason behind his need for validation. In the episode I'm with Stupid, Patrick's parents decided to drop in for a visit, and you'd think that Patrick would be happy to meet his parents again after so long, but he reacts a bit differently.
Oh, God. I don't know what to do, SpongeBob. You gotta help me.
As for Patrick's parents, well, they aren't huge fans of their son either.
I got this message from my parents.
Your parents? Dear Patrick, your mama and I are coming out tomorrow for Starfish Day. Please try to remember, but don't try too hard or you'll hurt yourself like last time. Love, Daddy.
SpongeBob, my parents think I'm dumber than a sack of diapers.
SpongeBob and Patrick decide that the only way his parents aren't gonna hate him is if there's someone even stupider around him. Now, I'm not even gonna try and unpack just how problematic Patrick's perception of his parents is, but here's the thing, he's kinda right.
Son, you recognized us this time.
Why wouldn't I recognize my own parents?
You never were a bright one. Well, aren't you going to show us inside?
He probably forgot where it is.
And you thought your parents were bad. SpongeBob shows up to help Patrick's parents realize that Patrick isn't as dumb as they think, but driven by a need to please his parents, Patrick starts to take things a bit too far.
I mean, look at the way he's dressed. Only somebody with holes drilled in their head would wear that stuff. And how about the shape? I mean, I've heard of barrel-chested, but never box-chested.
Rather than stopping Patrick, his parents actually join in on bullying SpongeBob. No surprises there.
And you taught him to sing. Oh, now he's short-circuiting. You must have taught him a little too much.
And here's the real twist. These people aren't even Patrick's parents. Patrick just spent the entire day humiliating his best friend in front of complete strangers.
Feel like I'm really meeting you for the first time. Isn't that right, Janet?
You bet, Marty.
Janet? Marty? How are you people?
Patrick's real parents aren't that much better either, though. In case you didn't know, Patrick is sensitive to hearing bells and goes into a tantrum every time he hears one. If you needed more evidence of his mental problems being linked to his parents, here's how Patrick's parents would react while he had a tantrum as a kid.
When I was a little sea star and it was time for my bath, my parents would always ring a bell.
It's bath time, son.
I didn't want a bath. No!
Patrick never outgrew this, and I'm willing to bet his parents are the reason his problem worsened.
Well, it looks like the challenger is doing a good job of fighting with himself.
Not just the bells either, just the ding from a cashier is enough to have him ripping up money. Even SpongeBob blames Patrick's parents for his mental issues. You know you're doing something wrong if even SpongeBob thinks you're the problem.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Stars. I know you were loving parents, but you really messed up your kid by ringing a bell whenever it was time for his bath.
I didn't think it was possible, but Patrick's parents somehow made the problem even worse after showing up. Instead of calming him down or trying to help, they decided to do this.
Never rang a bell?
No. Don't you remember? We would squeeze your rubber duck.
My rubber duck.
Yes, this one.
I wonder if it still quacks.
Obviously, Patrick has some deep mental scars and abandonment issues from how he was treated as a child. These problems only worsened as Patrick shifted into adulthood. In fact, he even developed a couple new ones. I mentioned earlier how Patrick's parents constantly call him dumb, and frankly, they're not wrong. I mean, of course they shouldn't be rude about it, but let's be honest, Patrick isn't the brightest bulb under the sea. Just look at how he talks on the phone.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
And who can forget the time he jumped off a cliff because he didn't have enough time to read the sign?
The sign!
Good thing the only part Patrick lost was his brain. It's not like he uses it anyway. To be fair though, it's not like he does much of anything. I mean, he literally won a prize for being the laziest person in Bikini Bottom.
Great! What's it for this time?
For doing absolutely nothing longer than anyone else. Patrick, this trophy's for you!
This is probably why Patrick's parents weren't super keen on keeping him. Speaking of his parents, I don't think ringing bells is a good way to teach Patrick because he's still peeing his pants.
What?
Can I use your bathroom?
Patrick, go use your own bathroom.
I don't think I can make it, please.
No.
Please?
No.
Please?
No.
Please?
Okay, make it quick.
That's okay.
Even if Squidward had allowed Patrick to go to his bathroom, it wouldn't have helped anyway because Patrick doesn't really know how to get out.
It's okay. Nothing to worry about. I'll just push the door open.
Patrick and doors aren't really the best of combinations. I'm surprised he didn't try using magic again, not that it helped last time, but...
Ouch!
Sorry, Patrick, but the door is slippery. It's frozen shut.
Let me have a try. Open sesame! Well, I've done all I can do.
Patrick definitely has a few loose screws, and that's led him down some pretty dangerous paths in his life. Like, what about the time he put fish hooks in his mouth to prove they were safe?
This isn't the carnival, Patrick. Those are hooks. Mr. Krabs says they're really dangerous.
I sense no danger here. How could they be dangerous? They're covered with free cheese.
All I know is Mr. Krabs said, Patrick, don't do that.
And I can't forget about the time Patrick forgot about his wallet seconds after dropping it.
Patrick dropped the wallet. Now, what would you do?
Excuse me, sir, but I do believe you've dropped your wallet.
Doesn't look familiar to me.
What? I just saw you drop it. Here.
No, it's not mine.
It is yours. I am trying to be a good person and return it to you.
Return what to who?
I'm partially convinced Patrick's just doing it for the love of the game. No one rage baits better than him.
Aren't you Patrick Star?
Yep.
And this is your ID?
Yep.
I found this ID in this wallet. And if that's the case, this must be your wallet.
That makes sense to me.
Then take it.
It's not my wallet.
To be fair, I don't think anyone would be worried about losing their wallet if they had a box full just lying around.
What? Ah! Yeah, you butterfingered pink thing! What's in that box anyhow?
My wallets.
Ah!
No! SpongeBob! Tickle him!
Tickles, but it's working!
You know what? I think I know why Patrick has so many wallets.
Say, weren't you the same guy who sold us these candy bar bags?
I don't recall, but it looks to me like you fellas have got a lot of bags there. You two lady killers are too smart to be without one of my patented candy bar bag carrying bags.
We'll take 20.
That salesman was just too smooth. It's not like Patrick will just fall for whatever you tell him, right? Right?
My floors! Think fast, Squiddy. I got your nose.
You do?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Give it here!
If you want it, you gotta go get it.
Oh, who am I kidding? Patrick literally thought his ice cream was talking to him one time. What can you expect from someone like that?
Patrick? Patrick? Patrick?
My ice cream! It's alive! Ah!
Patrick! Patrick!
Despite the countless times that we've seen Patrick do dumb stuff, there's actually some evidence that Patrick might be doing all this of choice. In fact, he even says that he does dumb things on purpose just to keep everyone entertained.
Patrick, why did you just walk into Goo Lagoon?
SpongeBob, you can't always expect my usual brand of stupidity. I like to mix it up. Keep you on your toes.
We see this again in the episode I'm with Stupid when Patrick explains how he's not really that dumb.
Dumb people are always blissfully unaware of how dumb they really are.
Try as much as you can never understand Patrick. He's like an onion, full of layers.
You may be an open book, SpongeBob, but I'm a bit more complicated than that. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Starfish don't have brains, and Patrick is the perfect example of this, but every now and then, Patrick shows true genius-level intellect. Now, I know Patrick being a secret genius might be shocking to hear, so let's take a look at all the times he's shown that slight flicker of intelligence before going right back to being stupid. If you're thinking that Patrick isn't smart, explain to me how he managed to graduate from college.
Bob, I was just talking to my old community college buddy, Flats. I bumped into him at the soda store. Isn't that funny? Oh, must have been years since we've seen each other. Well, let me get going. He's got to go back to school soon.
Or how he passed his driving test on the first try.
SpongeBob, I passed my test.
You got a perfect score?
Yeah.
Keep in mind the driving test is a written portion too. None of that's really an issue for Patrick though. After all, there was the time he read 300 books in a matter of minutes.
Ooh, Patrick, your head is absorbing all the book knowledge.
SpongeBob wasn't lying when he said Patrick was absorbing the knowledge. Literally minutes after this, Patrick became an expert in quantum physics.
But we can easily solve this problem on a quantum physics level. Take this down. If we reduce my subatomic particles by way of orbital electromagnetism, it will create a harmonic oscillation within the molecules, resulting in a wave function collapse.
And who can forget Patrick's love for freeform jazz? Nothing screams genius more than having a love for freeform jazz, am I right?
Now you must acquire a taste for freeform jazz. Okay, SpongeBob, you ready?
My personal favorite has to be the time Patrick saved Squidward's life and then immediately forgot about it. After Squidward's clarinet gets stuck in his throat, Patrick and SpongeBob decide to help him by fixing things from the inside.
Why don't you take a look for yourself?
SpongeBob and Patrick are piloting a miniature submarine inside my head. SpongeBob and Patrick. SpongeBob.
Proving again just why he should never get his license, SpongeBob ends up crashing the submarine into Squidward's stomach. Right as they're about to get dissolved into the stomach acid, Patrick's brain lights up.
If you could make a big enough burp,
we could filter the CO2 through our ballast tanks, refire the engines, and ride the shockwave out of here.
Wow.
He's right.
What?
We're going through with your plan, Patrick.
Yay!
What plan?
His plan works perfectly, only for him to mess everything up at the last second.
Guys, mission accomplished. Now all you have to do is...
Get out of my body! Go!
Grow?
This moment perfectly encapsulates how Patrick's genius works. Immediately after doing something incredibly smart, Patrick completely forgets what happened and reverts back to his old self. It's almost like he's dumb one second and a genius the next, right? That kind of inconsistent performance where your brain swings between distraction and genius is actually super common in people with ADHD. I mean, not to this level of extreme, but kinda. And if you know Patrick, you know that he can never focus on one thing for too long.
To do is make them last the rest of our lives.
Thanks, SpongeBob. I think I'll eat it now. I think I'll eat it now. Ow! Oh. Where'd my candy bar go? Oh, I must have dropped it.
Even SpongeBob knows that not being able to focus is one of Patrick's weaknesses and often uses it to try and distract Patrick anytime something bad happens, like the time Patrick became upset that SpongeBob keeps getting awards while he doesn't have any.
Patrick, I think the award is for me. You must have got it by mistake.
But it's shiny.
Yeah, but you know what else is shiny?
Ice cream!
Patrick gets a job at the Krusty Krab to try and get an award, although the way he tries to be a better employee is pretty counterintuitive.
Pick up order!
Do I get my award now?
No, you have to take the tray to the customer.
Okay.
Almost. Try again, and this time make sure the food gets to the table.
Like that?
Nope.
Particles!
The worst example of Patrick's ADHD is when SpongeBob tries to teach him how to open a jar. Patrick keeps forgetting what he's supposed to do seconds after SpongeBob tells him.
Don't give up, Patrick. This time I've got something I know you can do. We're gonna open a jar. Easy. Now you try. First, get a jar. Patrick, that's a pickle.
Yes.
You need a jar. No. No.
Every time Patrick fails, he gets more and more frustrated. This could also be a symptom of ADHD, since people with ADHD are sometimes more sensitive to rejection and tend to take failure very personally, kind of like this.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Why can't I do anything right?
You can't ignore Patrick's lack of impulse control if you're talking about ADHD. If Patrick's excited about something, you're gonna know about it whether you want to or not. Just look at what he did to Squiddy.
Firmly grasp it in your hand. Firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it! That ought to do it.
Or the time when Patrick drank a bucket full of hot sauce.
Huh. You call that spicy?
What Patrick did after drinking the hot sauce is somehow even more impressive.
That hot sauce has already caught up with me.
That's it!
Talk about acid reflux. There's also the time Patrick got tortured by King Neptune just because he refused to shut up.
You think you have what it takes to be my fry cook? I will prove your worthlessness. You shall be tested with a challenge.
Bring it on! SpongeBob can handle it! Ouch!
You can see SpongeBob trying to get Patrick to stop talking, but once Patrick gets started, nothing's stopping him.
Your friend's arrogance will cost you dearly. There will be 2 challenges.
Only 2? What are 2 challenges to someone like SpongeBob?
3 challenges!
3? 3 challenges are nothing. Might as well be 500 challenges.
Enough!
We'll settle for 1.
There's also the time Patrick almost died after SpongeBob told him about opposite day. Just look what he decided to stop doing.
Whatever you normally do, today you do the opposite.
Oh, let me try.
Patrick, breathe!
I know it's opposite day, but you don't have to start doing the opposite of living. Jeez. Bad impulse control is one thing. The issue Patrick really struggles with is working under pressure.
This Patty will self-destruct in 10 seconds.
Get rid of it, Patrick!
Here's what you need to understand. When Patrick is stressed, he makes some truly bad choices, like career-ending bad. Case in point.
Huh? Barnacles! What could be worse than a giant paint bubble?
Oh, I know. 2 giant paint bubbles.
Patrick's issues don't stop at ADHD. Forgetfulness and frustration are one thing, but some of the stuff he does goes way past that. And at times, Patrick acts like he doesn't have any empathy at all. Like when he tried to destroy an amusement park just because it wasn't happy with the gift SpongeBob gave him.
Excuse me, do you guys have the time?
Patrick needs love too!
This lack of empathy, combined with a disregard for the safety of his closest friends, is a sign of clinical sociopathy. Patrick has been showing signs of sociopathy throughout the years. For example, in the episode Nature Pants, SpongeBob decides to leave everyone to live with a jellyfish, and Patrick, well, he doesn't really take this news too well.
Buzz.
He took off his pants.
I'll give him a week.
I'll give him 11 minutes.
Patrick said!
Patrick tries to convince SpongeBob to come back, and when that doesn't work, he decides to take matters into his own hands.
If I can't have you as a friend, I'm gonna make you a trophy. I even picked out this nice jar for you.
Well, that's kind of dark. Patrick isn't all talk either. He starts chasing SpongeBob all through the field.
I got you now, SpongeBob.
Patrick, no!
Patrick's emotions often get the best of him, and when he's angry, he doesn't care who he's hitting or why. In the episode No Weenies Allowed, SpongeBob asks Patrick to help him act tough so he can get into a club for tough people.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. You can call me a couple of bad names.
SpongeBob and Patrick head on over to the Salted Spittoon to have their fight, and let's just say the bouncer isn't too impressed by Patrick, at least not until he says this.
Somebody ought to teach you some manners.
Okay, but I must warn you, I happen to be a world championship kickboxer.
Unfortunately, Patrick took his title as a kickboxer a bit too seriously.
Down, Tubby.
Tubby?
Dang, Patrick got hands. The fact that Patrick's default response to frustration is beating the person in front of him is crazy. What's even crazier is that he probably learned this from his family. After all, what can you expect someone to be like when their sister does this?
Damn, this is my best friend, SpongeBob.
Yeah, Patrick and I go back a long way.
Long way. Yellow square, Dutch rubber. Make Sister Sam.
Patrick's impulsivity and lack of empathy escalate whenever he's in a position of power. This is a common issue with sociopaths. Sociopaths naturally struggle with guilt and empathy. When someone like that is in a position of authority, it reinforces their worst traits. Case in point, anytime Patrick is given authority, he abuses it in the worst way possible. In the episode Rule of Dumb, Patrick becomes king of Bikini Bottom and turns into a dictator straight away.
These comic books are mine. Now you can spend the rest of your life crying about it.
Patrick doesn't just stop at stealing comic books, he wants to live in luxury, even if it means stealing from everyone else.
I'm sure King Patrick could use this walker.
Hey, SpongeBob!
Yes, sire?
Do you think the giant flat-screen TV should go the egg display or the indoor swimming pool?
Indoor swimming pool? You live in the ocean. And what do you need a walker for? The only person brave enough to stand up against Patrick is Squidward, and Patrick doesn't exactly take this in stride.
You're not a king!
Get him! Attack!
Patrick crashes out after the people of Bikini Bottom leave him. As I said earlier, Patrick struggles with empathy. He just can't understand why people aren't thrilled at the idea of being his slaves.
Going to say I was abusing my power.
Well,
Who's saying I'm abusing my power?
Finally, even SpongeBob leaves Patrick, and when Patrick is all alone, that's when his mind really breaks.
I'm you, and you are me.
Ah! What did I become? Oh, it's you. Here, dang it, I don't want it anymore.
What Patrick saw in the mirror was his biggest nightmare. It's a different version of Patrick that takes over whenever he gets power. Even though Patrick managed to get himself under control, there are times when he's actually displayed another pretty worrying disorder. People with sociopathic tendencies can also have other issues, like dissociative identity disorder, where stress or environmental triggers can bring out a separate personality that acts differently, often violently. DID, as it's often abbreviated to, would also explain why Patrick has random flashes of intelligence and why he doesn't remember anything afterwards.
Life is but a walking shadow.
We see this personality again in the episode Roller Cowards, where he makes fun of normal Patrick for being scared of a roller coaster.
It's just a ride. What are you so scared about? You can do it. No, you can't. You're a big crybaby. Oh, yeah? I thought we settled this the last time!
Patrick got too real for a second there. It's pretty clear that Patrick doesn't like this other personality, although who wouldn't be scared if their reflection started talking back to them?
Keep your eyes open for any suspicious characters.
SpongeBob, does that guy look suspicious to you? I think he might be spying on us. Hey, where'd he go?
It's kind of unbelievable when you think about it. Patrick is hiding a secret evil personality. In 90 Nightmare games, we actually see Patrick trying to stop evil Patrick. Patrick apparently believes that if he ever lets his other personality take over, he's going to destroy Bikini Bottom.
For some of us, a good night's rest can be like a wonderful vacation. Peaceful, relaxing, simple. But for others, not so much.
I, the dreaded Patrick, have assembled the forces of evil to finally destroy him and his pathetic little town.
The funny thing is that Patrick has actually destroyed Bikini Bottom multiple times, like when he realized how powerful his karate chop is.
Wanted to thank you, buddy, for teaching me the karate chop, silly.
You've gotta stop, buddy. You're destroying the entire town. Just stop chopping, okay, Patrick?
Patrick tried to stop himself from chopping down even more of the city, but he just couldn't control his hand.
You must resist!
Things only calmed down once Patrick cut off his hand.
No! I'll never forgive you!
A little extreme if you ask me. So we know that Patrick struggles with DID, his mental issues probably resulted from major problems in his personal life, and as extreme as Patrick can be when he's angry or in control, there's also times when he shows signs of depression. Since Patrick literally threw his brain away to be happy, he doesn't get depressed a lot. That doesn't mean Patrick doesn't have bad days though, like the time Patrick realized his ice cream coupon had expired.
No ice cream for SpongeBob? I demand that you honor my coupon!
Temper tantrum in center aisle!
Almost all of Patrick's issues tie back to his family abandoning him. The only person who still shows up for him is his sister, and here's how he describes leaving her.
Wow! I didn't know you had a sister.
Nobody does. I lost her in the surf when we were kids.
Gee, I'm sorry, Patrick.
Sam took care of me when I was just nursing on Coral. She was my rock!
Patrick also has extremely low self-esteem and is willing to do whatever it takes to make people like him. Therapists say that a constant need for approval is a common symptom of depression, especially in someone who's experienced abandonment. Patrick's attempts to be liked, even at the expense of his well-being, show just how deeply his childhood has affected him. In the episode No Hat for Pat, Mr. Krabs hires Patrick at the Krusty Krab. Only problem, he wants Patrick to humiliate himself as entertainment.
Patrick, you captured the attention of all these tourists with your ridiculous flapdoodle.
I did?
That's right. I think we finally found a job you're good at, being an absolute buffoon.
Patrick doesn't care what he has to do as long as people accept him, even if it means doing this.
It's official. I hate everyone.
You'd think that Patrick would be itching to quit after the first day, but unfortunately, you'd be wrong.
Hey, Hat Man, how you feeling after your first day on the job?
I feel like $1,000,000.
Patrick? Patrick, are you all right? Say something! Okay, that's it. No best friend of mine is gonna suffer permanent brain trauma just so Mr. Krabs can make a quick buck.
Brain trauma isn't the only type of trauma Patrick is suffering from. SpongeBob tells Patrick he needs to stop hurting himself. Patrick, however, believes that humiliating himself is the only thing he's good at.
No! Please, don't tell Mr. Krabs! You don't understand. For years, people have been telling me, you're no good. Now I'm good! I have a hat to prove it! I don't want to go back to being no hat Patrick!
Okay.
The fact that Patrick thinks people laughing at him is the same thing as laughing with him is just sad, man. Things take a turn for the even worse when Mr. Krabs decides to take the danger up a notch.
High atop this tower, into this bucket of spiny sea urchins!
This should be good.
Patrick!
Hi, SpongeBob!
Mr. Krabs, you can't let him do this. He might get hurt.
Oh, it's okay, boy. He signed a waiver.
Mr. Krabs needs to be jailed because what is that, man? Patrick manages to survive the fall and is actually sad that he didn't get hurt enough for it to be entertaining.
As long as I'm still standing, you'll never wear this hat again.
Patrick, you okay?
Well, I guess it's back to being no hat Pat.
The only time I've seen Patrick sadder than this was when he thought SpongeBob didn't like him anymore.
Away! I never want to see you again!
SpongeBob doesn't like me anymore!
That's right! You're my worst enemy!
Patrick probably misses SpongeBob because he has no other friends. I mean, the only thing Patrick does other than playing with SpongeBob is waiting to play with him.
What am I supposed to do all day while you're at school?
I don't know. What do you normally do when I'm gone?
Wait for you to get back.
If I started showing all the times Patrick has cried over SpongeBob leaving him, we'd be here for days. And honestly, that's not being friends, that's being codependent. So what might a psychologist say about Patrick? Well, they'd probably say he's a danger to himself and society. Patrick needs therapy and a lot of it. If alternate personality Patrick ever manages to break out, all of Bikini Bottom would be in trouble. Patrick's issues aren't the only thing SpongeBob is known for. And if you're looking for something to watch while you relax or distract yourself from your own issues, give the video on screen a click right about now. And as always, guys, thank you for watching.